as we last left off, Haru had put the sphere of annihilation, put the bag of holding up around it and sealed it within. Sphere of annihilation, the bag of holding, in a violent interaction, launched everyone into the great unknown. A huge rift opening up, and everyone was thrown to the far corners of the multiverse. Hold found himself sans arms in the chaotic battlegrounds of Carceri, betwixt the 9 hells and the abyss. Hotaru shunted into the dark, desolate, and barren realm that was once the former Mechanus. What once were lively and literally divine kind of blueprints and machinations is now just empty sand and black waters, a lightless domain. Rev found himself tumbling without sight or sense, for being rooted in the volcanic rock of the 4th layer of hell, Felagos. And last but not least, Sak, yeeted out of this material realm to the nearby twisted, warped reality of the Feywilds. Hotaru, as you kind of awaken and look around, with throbbing pain ushering through your head, find the area dark and without light. There is an ethereal glow to this gray, white sand that is washed up, being eroded away by black waters. Strangely enough, it is the sand, and only the sand, that you can see. Unsure of if you're seeing it with your eyes or sensing it with some unknown perception, you find yourself awash in spiraling shallows and endless stretching islands.
Bold, Rev, Milo, Doc, any of you around?
No response. The place feels foreign to you. So foreign that you know not whether left or right. Only down.
Oh, okay, that's disorienting. Where the fuck am I? Just gonna kind of try to get her bearings and find just a spot that seems safe, kind of away from the black emptiness. So can I tell that it's like water, or is it just like...
It is acting like water, and like that of the shore of a beach.
Okay.
but there are shallows and puddles of this black water. It's as if everything but the sand is just pure pitch black. It's almost as if you can only see the sand.
She's gonna go to one of those little shallow pools, and she is going to take a knife out and kind of dip part of it in.
Okay. As you dip part of it in, the knife, from what you can tell, is like wet. It acts as if it is water, with no other signs to the knife.
Yep, she'll kind of like move it around to see if she can perceive any like change in it, or see if there's like a bottom, like, because if it is like a shallow of a pool, like there should
Yeah.
be a fairly.
You are able to sense the shallow of the pool.
Okay.
As you do, a kind of cooling wind blows by that you can feel on your skin. And then it stops. And after a few moments, it starts blowing again. And after a minute or so, you feel that it's rhythmic. Artificially so.
What direction is it being produced from?
Your left.
She will try to find her left. We'll
Okay.
try to follow
You
the wind.
You turn until you feel the wind is blowing your front.
Then she'll take whatever path she can take in that direction.
You begin wondering, how long would you travel in that direction?
Was there anything special or noteworthy about where she got dropped off?
Mm-mm. And it's as if the terrain kind of travels onwards forever and ever, pretty much the same. No change in scenery.
So where she has walked after, like, say, an hour would look no different?
Yes, it would look no different. Your only sense of direction you're getting is from the wind.
Okay. Even, like, the locations of, like, the pools in relation to other things is the same? Like, I'm just in the same location?
No. It looks
Oh.
as if you're traveling. It's just,
Okay.
imagine you're on a beach that spans 1,000 miles in all directions.
Shit. Okay. This doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Maybe it's just super far. Okay. She's gonna try to inspect the sand next to see where what the light is, the light that emanates from it comes from.
Roll insight. Okay. It feels as if you're just perceiving the sand itself. Like as if all your other senses have been dulled to every other object except for the sand. And the wind, which is blowing against you in the direction you are traveling. In a rhythmic pulse. It blows for a few seconds, stops for the same amount of seconds, blows again.
How realistic would you say it would be for Ataru to know how actual wind functions?
I don't know. I would say probably realistic enough. Like, this doesn't feel like regular wind.
Oh, it doesn't feel like regular.
I mean, it's rhythmic. Wind is usually random.
Well, I meant more so in the sense that, like, wind blows in the direction of a vacuum, essentially. It rushes to
No.
like.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Because, like, then if you were looking for the source of why the wind is blowing in a certain direction, you would go to where it is blowing rather than where it's coming from. But then, if that's the case, she would not know that. Then she would continue going towards the source.
Okay.
Or
How
towards where
long
it's
would you
coming
go towards that source?
from. Until she either needs a break or something, or she finds something.
Okay. And let's say you took breaks along the way.
Yeah.
How long?
Are we talking? I mean,
Years.
oh, fuck.
If this was your only sense of direction, and you need not food nor water, how long would you go in
She
that
would
direction?
lose focus pretty quickly. She would keep trying to find out more about the only other thing she can perceive along the way.
Okay.
She would investigate its like makeup, what it actually, or try to suss out anything about what it actually is.
Sounds like we're doing a biggie roll.
Okay.
Roll
Investigation,
me
I assume.
3 100s.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
15, 38, 96.
Okay. Over the course of your travels, you find that other than the fact that you can perceive only 2 things, other than the fact that you can perceive the sand, there isn't much to it. The only other thing you can sense is the wind. Everything else seems almost invisible or hidden or barren. And no matter how much poking or prodding that you do over the course of however long before you give up, it doesn't change.
I mean, she's got literally no other stimuli. It's just her mind and walking forward. So, I mean, that's pretty much all she'd do. She'd walk forward and she'd be thinking, trying to decipher where she is, what's happening, where anyone else could have possibly been, the events that led her to be stranded here.
Okay. And as you journey onwards, the days, if you can even count that, roll into long stretches of time. You wander, and you wander. And after a fair bit of time, you eventually start to see, kind of peering into the distance, large kind of cogs buried into the sand. And they glow in the same fashion that the sand does.
She will sprint up to the cog fast as she can.
Okay. As you sprint up the cog, these cogs are miles long in diameter. As you approach, they are the size of mountains. Some, gigantic mountains off in the scenery, others the size of houses, various gears and springs buried within the sand, but no more different from each other than size than shape. Really, they're all just different sizes of each other, all buried in the sand. But you begin to notice that as you travel towards the wind, that scenery eventually changes. Slowly but surely, a few more cogs get added. And after the cogs, you begin to see your first kind of tree-like structure of twisted, kind of shaped metal. It is the same color as the sand. You can identify that, you can at least perceive it, and it is of what you would believe to be metal in both weight, size, and texture. but you have no means of trying to kind of detach it. No manner of tool that you can surmise, no matter of kind of wiggling or prying, can really move or remove these objects from the sand.
Even like gears that would be small enough for me to like pick up and, take with me.
No, they're all gigantic gears.
Okay. If all like the metal and like gears or stuff are like glowing, because basically I'm wondering if she has noticed the thing in the sand that you described last time a character was here.
Mm-hmm.
Has she noticed that? That all of the sand are just like tiny little gears and like
I
broken
would
down shit like that?
I would say not yet, but eventually,
Okay.
further down, you would notice that the sand is starting to shift in shape, and they are becoming larger than sand grains, but still very small, tiny little gears and rivets, little washers.
Got it.
And eventually ahead of you,
But she would have gathered some of just the regular sand.
you can pocket some sand.
Yeah.
Okay. And far, far ahead of you, after you find countless moments of traveling, you see what looks to be a pedestal surrounded by various other kind of half-broken arcs or archways. On a raised up platform, the first semblance of any sort of actual building. And behind this pedestal is a large, kind of completed archway. Where there, instead of pitch blackness, contrasted by the white, sort of iridescent color of structure, what you're able to perceive, this archway has a portal of swirling black and white, like TV static, constantly rippling and moving, and a shiny, kind of almost gleaming object on the pedestal in front of it.
Going to inspect the gleaming object. The first thing that's not black or glowing sand.
Okay. Then we'll come back to you.
Real quickly, can I have also taken a vial of the black water?
Okay. Vial of black water, pocket of sand. Rev,
Yeah.
you find yourself devoid of your sight. Your sense of touch feels not quite right, as you feel that you're touching something, but in the mismatch of everything, it feels as if the tip of your index finger feels the pressure of touch, your left knee feels the pressure of touch, your armpit, your right thigh, the inside of what you would assume to be your nostril, all of it feels as if it is touching hot dirt, hot sand.
Ooh.
And you feel by flexing what can only feel like maybe your toes and your buttocks, you can kind of squirm deeper into such sand. In your years of being a Woden person, you can sense that there are some strange nutrients surrounding you, causing you to easily believe that this is some sort of dirt that you've dug yourself into.
I guess for the time being, I would just continue to dig a little until I can regain more of my senses.
Okay. As you dig a little, you get a little sucking of the nutrients in the dirt around you, you begin to feel the process of your body heal. Slowly but surely, you would begin just kind of consuming nutrients and feel your body in the same way that you would grow your mace. You begin slowly using your nutrients to grow your body. It feels as if you are constantly out of breath. Like imagine you're running, you're constantly out of breath, and so you wait a bit. And then once you finally catch your breath for a little bit, you begin running again. That is what the process feels of you absorbing nutrients and then trying to extend yourself outwards.
Gotcha.
It is a slow process. How would Rev, if he even would you keep track of time? Just these cycles of consume, grow?
Probably. I mean, if he has enough of a mind about him, he might count, for instance, how many seconds he could exert himself.
Okay.
And then, like, try and do it for longer, at a time so that he can speed up this process. But two, kind of knowing by that, and I don't know if he would count the downtime if it was too long, but at least knowing how many cycles he had done would be probably enough for him.
Okay. So, let's see. What? Interesting. Okay. You begin slowly.
Throughout this, does he feel any, like, worms or other typical underground creatures that might give him an idea of, like, what kind of soil he's in?
Not in these initial stages. I would say no.
Okay.
There's not this. You don't feel any creepy crawlies, but eventually,
So that
you feel
probably
yourself growing and gaining nutrients. The nutrients feel different. They feel foreign, almost harsh, like constantly eating spicy food. But eventually, you grow to the point where you feel able to bud out and branch up above the ground. And you begin to do that, and as you sprout leaves and continue bringing in nutrients, you find that you are not gaining anything from above ground. It is only from within. Any leaves that you grow or kind of force yourself in feeling as if you are sticking your hands above your head, nothing really kind of prospers from it. You feel warmth, but not the warmth of the sun. It does not bring any other nutrients. And so instead you begin to grow and begin sapping from the ground. Eventually, you gain the strength to formulate one eyeball.
Ooh.
Sensing outwards. Blurry at first, it becomes slowly into view. The all-black vision starts to swirl with little buds of dim light growing in, twisting and forming, until everything starts to shape into focus, and you find yourself attached to a gravelly kind of cliff face base. of a large volcano. The sky, a rolling, apocalyptic churning of clouds, of smog and of smoke, lit underneath a brilliant orange from the countless fires and eruptions of the various mountains around you. You see, laid on the ground around you, soaking into the gravel, is countless decapitated and maimed bodies of twisted and hideous creatures. The sounds of agonizing screeches and screams of battle and of torture are only drowned out by the low rumbling eruptions of the volcano that you are growing from.
Well, that explains the lack of a sun. Does he see, like, any immediate threats nearby if he were to continue to try growing here and maybe staying above ground a little?
No. It seems all that has fought and died here, and those that had killed them, have moved on. There's no familiar structures around you except for that of a twisting spire with a rounded dome top on a nearby volcano, maybe across the mountain valley from you.
Gotcha.
It gleams with a kind of prismatic crystalline white light from within its pillars and through its small kind of arrow slit walls.
Well, I think for the time being, his plan of action is just to, you know, stay unnoticed and continue to grow until he reaches, you know, at least mostly full size again.
Okay.
Or at least full functionality.
Then
2
eruptions.
legs, 2 arms, a head, you know.
Then eruptions pass, clouds roll over, and for long stretches of incountable time, unless you're counting in your head the whole time, you eventually grow to the point where you are able to finally break free. You're a little smaller, but you are close to approximation of functionality of what you once were. You look at your naked Woden form and see that the nutrients have twisted and shaped you in brand new ways. Rather than budding old barky sap, instead you are smooth and ashen, like gray, worn driftwood. There are pulses of almost soft, glowing embers within you, spiraling over you like veins. Over your arms and legs, as if drawn by a blind cartographer trying his best. These soft embers scattered throughout kind of glow within like a artificial beating heart. But you find that no matter how much you try to grow back, you simply cannot replace your right arm. And whenever you do, it's as if your body feels that there is no need.
Do
I have that flip-flop? Do I have that flip-flop? It was the right arm you wanted, the old one?
Yeah, the right arm is gonna stay.
It
Classic Rev.
Yeah. You just feel like whenever you've regrown stuff, it is because you feel like you're filling in a glove, but this one feels as if the glove's already filled in. Like your body is like, oh, I'm there.
Right, well, and that's the point that everything would have would have branched out from. So I think you would have gotten that feeling sort of early on that like nothing
Okay.
was the nutrients weren't necessarily helping rebuild that arm or anything like that, but they were just sort of
Right.
helping him expand
Yeah.
from there.
And so you look, and the arm is the only place that the kind of charcoal embers glowing could not spread into.
Mhm.
But you are fully functioning now.
And so standing on the side of this volcano now, instead of just having one eye and sort of peeking up from the ground, is there anything else he can garner about his environment?
You scan the horizons, you can see that there's just mountain ranges and mountain ranges. You can see and hear the clashing of distant battles, perhaps where the kind of constant warring band of whatever had caused the bodies around you to be left there moved on to. But for the most part, you can see a few structures here and there, but they all seem like temporarily thrown up, and even they are in worn out and decrepit states, with the spiraling tower in front of you being kind of the only permanent structure here.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think he'll probably start making his way toward that, and maybe on the way, kind of try conjuring his club.
Okay, as you do.
I know, like, even if he could do it at this point, it would probably feel a bit foreign at this point, so...
Yes. As you do, normally it would grow, you'd either pull it from your chest or grow from your hand. Instead, you are unable to grow it from your unashen hand. Instead, you pull it from your chest, like an errant branch from the chest, and it grows out, and almost like breaking kind of gray charred wood, you have to be a little bit more violent and snap it off.
Gotcha.
But it looks like the rest of your ashen body. There is a warmth to it, a gleam and a glow. Before, instead of your mace would be like gnarled, branching, overlapping roots that would come to a point, these are more like sharp, kind of charred thorns, as if someone had burned a thatch of bramble.
Interesting.
Gnarled and mangly.
I don't think that he would want to appear threatening as he's wandering around, so I think he would go ahead and stash that back where he found it and continue moving toward the tower, the spire, whatever it was.
Okay. As you head to the spire, you see that there is a kind of staircase starting on a path that originates kind of out of the battlefield. Whatever it led to had been worn away and washed over and covered up by the various lava flows. The spire giving reminiscent to that of an old civilization or old forest ruins of buildings or temples long since past, taken over by the environment. So too does this tower, as if the lava flows had once swallowed up a large temple or city, leaving only its tallest tower exposed to the outside. You've climbing your way up these broken and washed stairs. You find yourself in this large kind of pagoda at the top. Open air and breeze flowing through. You see 360 degrees around you, mountains and terrain that matches in all directions. You see distant, warring, clashing forces. in endless battles in all directions, from small little raiding parties to large scaled wars with siege equipment and legions upon legions of unknown, unrecognizable creatures. In the center of this pagoda is a tall podium with a glowing and gleaming object, and behind it, an archway of black and orange swirling, kind of almost 2D like barrier. As you approach, you feel the wind almost being sucked in. You can see twisting shapes on the other side. If you were to rotate or look around it, you can see that it is very flat and two-dimensional, like that of a portal.
Well, I don't think Rev wants to be burned twice. I think he's gonna call out and just, hello? Is there anyone here? Is this someone's domain that I have intruded on?
Your voice is met only with the rumbles of distant volcanoes. The soft roar of the crowded screams of the battles nearby.
What about that glowing object in the center of the room? If I get closer to it, can I sort of check it out and see what it might be?
Okay. And you go up to approach it. As this object of iridescent rainbow light spans in all directions. And, like a taro, we'll come back to you later. Sock!
Ah.
You find yourself being shaken awake. Small, tiny, prodding, kind of feels like fingers pushing against your sides, pressing against your cheek and face. You hear whispers and giggles. Just, is he awake? Is he awake? Hit him with a club.
No, I'm awake, thank you. Don't, please.
As you kind of squint and open your eyes to the blinding discourse of this new environment, you see that the sky, being the first thing you see when you look up, is swirling shades of blue and green, yellows and pinks. Clouds themselves in shaped, almost sculpted in various animals and forms. As you look around, you find twinkling forests and multicolored trees, as if someone had eaten a painter's palette and then vomited on the surroundings.
Okay. He's gonna, jump to his feet, no, hold on. What?
As you stand up, you see a company of about 6 or 7 frogs in business suits, kind of just looking at you, eyeing you up and down, be like, floating around you in a little buzz. You see small, kind of humanoid creatures with various insect-like wings buzzing around you.
Who are you?
Our visitors awake!
Where am I? What?
I'm in the welcoming party! And the business frogs start running off. They do not hop like frogs, though. They just get up and run like humanoids.
Where am I?
after a few short moments of people kind of looking you up and down, eventually a large armadillo comes kind of walking in with a pelican kind of strapped to its back. This large armadillo is about the size of House Sugma Kappa, and just kind of wanders in, and it curls up and slowly begins to rotate so that the pelican reaches the ground, and stepping out of it is a long-legged, very tall man. The legs are about as tall as a regular person, but the rest of the arms and body are super short. And it is a man, male humanoid from what you can tell, wearing a large top hat, about as large as his legs. He says, "Hello." "Welcome, new stranger. Here's your gift bag from our welcome center." And he hands you a bag, and inside you can see there's various candies and muffins, a toothbrush, what appears to be 6 silver, and a sock with a hole in it.
Doc is gonna look around for the party. And just kind of repeat, like, where am I, and where are my friends?
Well, you are in Mr. Gibbons' Emporium. He begins clapping his hands, all the frogs begin clapping their hands.
Hold on. How did I get here?
Through the front door.
Was I in this form?
Like, the frogs kind of squint. You did have a suit. And the frogs look up and they nod to who you can only assume to be Mr. Gibbons. And Mr. Gibbons looks down and nods to them like, yes, you had a suit that you bought from me previously. Yes, it's right on you now. And you look down and you see that you're wearing a suit. Nice 2-piece.
I don't remember buying this.
Yeah, oh, no, you hadn't bought it yet. And he sticks out his hand.
No, thank you. I like my regular clothes just fine.
No. Earlier you said, I absolutely love this 2-piece suit. Please let me purchase it immediately. And then the rest of us, no. I got my lawyers here. They saw it. The frogs begin nodding. Agreed. Like, yes.
This is not even my style.
No, you said, that's exactly what you said. You said, this is not my style, but I will wear it anyway.
No. Where am I, and where are my friends?
Mr. Gibbons' Emporium.
Where are the others?
Others? It's just us. Myself, Mr. Gibbons, you, not Mr. Gibbons, and them, my frog lawyers.
Here, by myself, found a suit that I don't like, sorry, and then just fell asleep?
Yes. You're very tired. According to the lawyers here, you arrived asleep already. And in your sleep, we kind of felt your vibe. And your vibe said 2-piece suit.
No, I don't think so. No, thank you very much, but I'll be taking my regular clothes back and my pack and anything else that you might have taken off me in my sleep. I'm not supposed to be here. Wherever this is. Why does the sky look like that?
He kind of leans back and holds his hands up. He's like, first of all, Thank you for returning the suit, if it was not your fancy. Here, at Mr. Gibbons' Emporium, we sell a whole manner of things, but mostly clothing. And you, based on your new vibe that you're giving off while awake, look like someone who could use a new pair of shoes.
My old shoes?
No, a new pair of shoes.
No, I think mine.
I'm thinking blue.
No. What I'd really like is to find the party that I was with before I fell asleep.
Oh, you were at a party.
No.
You know what goes well at a party? Blue shoes.
I'm fine. I don't need new shoes.
Yeah. Okay.
Is he in like a forest or is he in like an actual place?
He's in a forest, but you can see that there are like convenience store shelves and like mannequins
Just in the forest.
in the forest.
Okay.
Tell you what, I got a fresh shipment of good things coming this way. You look like a person that likes good things.
No. I'm good. I'm trying to.
You
save
like
my money.
bad things, understood. He whispers down to the
Not
lawyers.
anything right now.
More leather.
Sock fucks.
This person has got a bad boy vibe. Very well. Then if you're not here for clothes, why have you come to Mr. Gibbons' Emporium?
I don't even remember coming in here. I don't.
You can only come here unless it's in your heart. You say, I want nice things, and then boom. At Mr. Gibbons' Emporium.
Do people teleport to your place? Where is this even? Where
Usually they
is
come
this?
by Uber, but still. You arrived. I'll tell you what, let me show you some more wares. Come.
Hold on. I really just need to be pointed in the direction of Titan's Fall, or that's the only place I can remember.
I don't know that store. And he begins
City.
kind of walking, but in tiny little tiptoes, in contrast to his big legs. He's just little. He's walking through, kind of very stiff. Come along. I will show you the wares.
Emporium located. Where on the face of this good earth? Where are we?
On Baker's and 19th Street. He
In
like
what
looks
city?
at the frog, and the frog's looking at him. He's like, "Arr."
In what
What?
city? Town?
Baskerville.
Baskerville? The sock, no.
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 Nor do the street names make any sense to you.
I think I need to go.
Okay then. Well, here, I will show you the exit, and perhaps you should peruse my new wares along the way. It's okay.
I'm okay. I think I need to go figure out, what's going on.
Okay. And him and the frogs look kind of sad, like, we'll show you the way out. Past these mannequins with new wares.
I can't afford any of that right now. And also, I don't even know where we are.
We have payment plans,
I'm good.
credit lines,
I just gotta, where
layaway,
are my clothes?
renters.
Where's the stuff that I originally came in here with?
Deferred payments. Well, they're over there, near the exit. I had them packed up and cleaned and fresh pressed for you.
Here. I'll just be going now.
All right this way. And he begins leading you to what you can only assume to be the back of the store, where you find a beautiful, ornate gazebo, kind of surrounded by flowing, kind of U-shaped river, little half circle as you cross over a nice bridge. And there you see a black and swirling green portal behind a pedestal with a strange glowing box. Or rather, the box on this pedestal has something in it that is glowing, and the beams of light are peering out through the bag, or through the boxes like corners. This is your going away present. Fresh shipment, freshly acquired. You may take it with your stuff.
What is it?
Only the finer things. It was given to me for free, therefore I shall give it away for free. But if you enjoy it, you may come back for any of these wares. Here is my card. And he hands you a small little business card that says Mr. Gibbons Emporium. And it's got the business card's in the shape of a frog wearing a top hat.
So we're looking at a pedestal with a
Like a
river
box.
going around it with a box on it.
Basically, it's a little island in the middle of a pond, like a little flowing pond.
Okay.
You walked across a bridge, and on this island is a big gazebo. And on the opposite side of the pedestal is a portal. And on the pedestal in the center is a box, and whatever's inside the box is glowing, and little streaks of light are coming out anywhere it can out of the box.
Points at the portal. Is that where I came from?
Indeed.
Did I say anything when I came through?
Oh, you didn't come through that portal. You kind of just arrived. We assumed by Uber.
Okay. Okay. Doc is gonna pinch himself real hard. I'm awake. Okay.
Yes, you
Okay.
are. Dashing.
Okay, okay, well, I'm gonna go now. He's gonna take off the suit, I guess. And
The frogs help you take off the suit. Another set of frogs helps you put on your clothes.
oh,
Yes,
suit. I mean,
excellent.
Like, it's not my style at all, but I'm just
No,
not
of course,
really
of course,
in the
hideous on you.
selling mood or the buying mood. I'm a little bit
Absolutely.
occupied, and I quite honestly, I mean, I'll definitely come back when I have some more of myself.
Positively. Go ahead and grab your going away present. Take this card, and then you may go.
Night. Is there a roll to see if the box is dangerous? Doesn't look bad.
You may
Uh,
roll insight if you want to see if it's dangerous, or investigation to look inside the box.
I guess I'll do insight
Okay.
and then investigation. Where's my? There I am.
It feels abhorrently magical, like it's oozing in magic, but it doesn't feel bad. It feels somewhat familiar to you. It feels in the same way, it's almost as if it has a particular smell to it. You can't really label down what the smell is, but it reminds you of home.
Oh, I gotta look in it.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, I mean, you didn't That was if you're trying
Okay.
to like be real careful about it.
I've dropped the box.
Then across all three planes, Rev, Ataru, and Sok. Sok, as you open the box, all three of you look and see what this glowing magical item is. And staring you plainly in the face is a pair of lacy underwear. Written crudely on the band, says Sherazad.
What?
Excusez-moi.
But what? What? What the fuck am I? Huh?
Close the box, like blushing, like
Ataru's gonna like cautiously reach for it. Like gonna like just gonna get close and then like back off like
Get this.
It doesn't, Ataru does not react to you, like in any sort of dangerous way.
Okay. Sorry, I'll let Sok go.
For Sherazad or from Sherazad?
No, the band just says Sherazad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's gonna be like, how did you get these?
It was given to me for free. I have expert go-getters. But alas, unless you are staying to perhaps purchase some of my fine wares, we must bid adieu.
Yes, no, I really must be going. I'm only even more confused now. Okay, well, thanks. Nice to meet you. Bye.
You head through the portal. You say yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Rev, what is it that you are doing?
Rev is.
Hold on, Sai, did you take the
confused.
box?
What?
Did you take the box?
Yeah?
Okay. Continue on, Rev.
Rev is confused and a little angry, I think, at seeing this here. I think Rev just kind of sits against the wall for a little while thinking about what to do.
Okay.
Because he kind of feels like this is a sign that either Sherazad has been here, or Sherazad knows that he is here, or Sherazad just happened to put her panties by the only, landmark within, a mile of Rev. Which seems like too big of a coincidence, and he's sort of upset, I think, at the fact that he thinks like either she knew this was gonna happen, or she found out that it happened and didn't see fit to rescue them, just to leave them a pair of panties. Yeah, I think Rev feels a little upset, and he's just gonna kind of sit and listen to the war sounds and consider joining in on the war sounds. And then I think after a little while is gone,
try to investigate on any of those ideas?
on the war sounds?
No. I would like.
No.
Would you have discerned? Like, would you have tried to investigate or done anything to try and discern if the answer to any of those questions or any of those scenarios?
I don't think so. I think he just saw them and saw the label and was like, "That bitch," and then just kind of.
And you wouldn't
Wasn't
have
really,
investigated anything else to figure out if like which of those situations could it have been?
Yeah, I think after some time passes, he goes back up and tries to figure maybe that out, if he can.
Okay. Which one would you feel is most plausible that you would try and discern out?
Like whether this was intentional, whether this was part of her plan.
Okay. I would say go ahead and roll investigation to search the nearby area.
Oh, crazy.
As you search around, starting from the center and moving your way out, you find that the tower that you're in is of very hideous architecture. It is kind of twisted and vile. It is kind of crudely chiseled. It feels like, and from what you've seen the grotesque kind of imagery that demons and fiends would invoke. It matches that. The pillars are of carved skulls, mortar made of crushed bone. It appears that this tower, this spire, was part of a much bigger building, and that this is all that remains after the rest being swallowed by the surroundings. But there's clearly a stairway. There are various basins around, little bowls. And it feels as if this pedestal, or a little wider, like a small altar, was meant to hold something. However, you can tell that the underoos were clearly not the object that was intended to be hoisted there.
Right.
And that the structure of it is meant to hold and pertain that portal there. The archway is very intentional. That when this was made, it was made to have that portal there. But whatever this pedestal was for, whatever object was housed on top of here, is no longer there. Instead, you are met with very magical underoos.
Well, I guess he'll take him.
And walk through the portal, or just hang out.
If nothing happens when he grabs them, or he can't discern anything further,
Okay.
like now that he has them in his hands, then yeah, he'll probably just
Okay. As
go through that portal.
immediately, or like you grab it and wait around, or
Like he grabs it and then kind of eyes it over, tries to get a closer inspection, see if there's anything else written or anything else that he can sort of make out about them, and then just kind of, I would assume at some point, give up and just walk through the portal.
Okay, perfect. As you grab the underwear off the pedestal, you can see that there is small engravings underneath, and that when you remove it, as the magic gets pulled away from the pedestal, you can hear like various symbols and shapes begin to glow that are on the pillars. You feel a rumbling from within as dust and caked lava starts to break away, and you start to see sinkholes start to form in the surrounding area.
Ooh, okay, yeah, he's definitely running for the portal then.
As you go in, you can see some of the pillars of the kind of spire behind you start to crumble away. Ataru, you in Mechanus find yourself staring down a pair of pantaloons.
What? Why are these here? What? Okay, why does it not surprise me that Sheraz would have to write her name on her own thing? But why? What is happening? What is? You know, I'm just gonna leave that for a second. Deal with that when we get to it. She's going to kind of just inspect the archways because this is the first building she's seen here. Just kind of look around for anything of interest, because this is new. So basically, just search around looking for something to grab.
As you kind of search around the archway, just right off the cuff, you can see that this is sort of circular in design. The other archways that are adjacent to it all kind of have a design or a path leading to them. And the pedestal in the center, you can see, has some gears. Upon further investigation, you could almost believe that the top of the pedestal could rotate. But right now, there is a little arrow indicator showing where the panties are, pointing to the portal which you are looking at. But all the other archways seem to be worn down and dilapidated, except for this last remaining one. As if this is some sort of junction.
Are the worn down ones made of the same metal as the tree was? And
They are. They're all made of roughly the same metal that you can sense. Along with sand that has kind of been blown in the area. Almost everything is buried in this sand.
I'm gonna try to clear up some of the sand and try to take some. I want to take some of the metal here.
Okay.
She's making her mission, especially ever since she saw the gears. She'll also later try to take something from the pedestal. But
okay. Well, there's only one thing on the pedestal, unless you're taking
I mean, like the
parts
gears
from the pedestal. Okay.
Yeah, parts of the pedestal, that's what I mean.
So you're able, I would say feasibly, with what you have, you're able to.
You have blacksmith tools.
Well, it's more about how much you can stuff in your pockets.
Yeah.
I'd say very heavy 15-pound chunk of metal.
Okay.
Just like almost like a sledgehammer head. However, from the pedestal itself, like almost this spiraling kind of keystone, this linchpin, it appears as you turn it, it would sink down like that of a circular key. And you do see that the sand and the dust is worn away in a few spots where there are handles, as if someone had, not recently, but the last person before all this was caked on had at least wiped away some of it to turn the pedestal to the alignment it's facing now. And you can see that something is meant to rest on top of the pedestal, but has been instead replaced with underwear.
Gosh damn it.
She will take out her blacksmith tongs. I don't feel right about this. I'm just gonna just quickly. She'll grab the underwear with the blacksmith tongs and just kind of like put them in like a separate pouch. And she's like, okay, all right, that'll just live there for now. Okay. And then now that that's no longer on the pedestal, so turning the pedestal caused like something happened with the gates, or it caused like the pedestal itself to just like sink in.
As you pocket the panties, you watch as a pulse of light flies out towards the portal, and the portal begins to dim and fall back to being a all black, like starting from the outside, very slowly starts to fill in with black as the white static starts to disappear.
Oh,
It is a
shit.
slow process, but within a minute or so, it would completely fill black.
She'll go walk through it. Fuck, guess I gotta go out.
Whoop.
I wanted to get a gear, damn it.
As the three of you hop through the portal, you find yourselves falling kind of onto your hands and knees in the same plane, those meadows that you once were. Behind you, for those that look between your legs, over your shoulders, is a large crater. And you emerging maybe 30 yards away from its edge.
Grass. Okay,
Thank
I'm
goodness.
back. I'm back. Oh, do you see it? Oh! Jump fucking tackle sock. Oh my god. Okay, I don't know how long I was in that room. Okay, alright, I found you. Okay, alright. Sock, did you find anyone else? Is there anyone else? Oh, wait, is that Rev over there?
Where is everyone?
I don't know. Wait, is that you, Rev? You look different.
You're great.
Yes, this is.
You look great.
Tackle. That is your
This
accent.
is
It is you.
It's
Oh my
very
God.
good to see you.
Okay, alright. I was
Where's
stuck
Hall?
alone for a while.
Where's Milo? Where are the others?
I don't know. I didn't see them. Okay. So where were you guys? I was like in this like all black realm with like this like weird glow sand, and then like with the like, weird like heartbeat wind. Like I walked forward, and like when I walked forward, it was for a long time. I don't know how long.
Okay,
I
well,
couldn't
hold
find
on.
anything.
Focus. Where? Why? Question number one. What happened? Why were we all in different... Did I miss something? What is that huge crater over there?
I can explain.
Actually, yes, Ataru, this is a good question. Do you know what happened? Because I think I tried going through a portal and then I woke up in hell.
Yeah, okay. Let me start from the beginning. Okay, Sock. After you passed out, we decided to kind of keep going to find the whatever the MacGuffin.
Okay.
But you were kind of conked out, and we were like, he had a rough time. Let's let him sleep. And
Okay.
so we just kind of like carried you along with us. So we found what we thought was the thingy. Hold went to go pick it up, and it cut off his arms.
What?
Yeah, so he doesn't have arms right now. I'm actually kind of
What?
worried. I don't know where he is.
What?
I didn't see any tail. Anyway, so then we were trying to figure out what the thing was, and a lot of stuff was happening because Hold was losing a lot of blood. I was kind of paying attention to like trying to keep him from losing all his blood and shit. And then Milo stuck his head in the thing. Don't know why. And then he was kind of decapitated. His body fell to the side. And after that happened, well, like Rev kind of cut his arm off, handed it to me, and then picked up Milo's body and jumped inside. Don't know what happened after that, but then Hold was kind of delusional from losing a lot of blood and was kind of like freaking out. I don't know what happened to Rev and Milo. Rev, do you know what happened while you were in there?
I felt the distinct feeling of every cell in my body being destroyed, and then I was an arm.
Okay, so Milo's probably dead.
Survive. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I'm glad you did.
Also-
I'm
also
glad
Rev-
you're here.
also Rev-
Like, what?
Rev, really glad to hear that your theory worked.
Right?
That was a big jump to take, but good job. You're right. So, I
But I wish I was the only one who had taken the risk. It seems like we might have lost Milo.
So, but then in a bit of a panic, I didn't want to be out here alone with an armless, delusional, blood lost Hold and an unconscious Sock. And I was kind of hoping you guys were just like trapped in there or something. So I was gonna take the orb back with the rest of you guys, and I took the bag of holding and tried to put the orb in, forgetting what the weird sounding Loxodon dude said in Kalpus about the bag of holding. And it may have opened a dimensional rift and sucked us all inside and shunted us to different parts of the multiverse. Maybe? I don't know.
So where?
That's my bad. I'm sorry.
I guess that makes sense. Do you think was it the orb that did that though, or
I assume
because I don't remember my?
Wait, like the orb that did what? That shunted us, or because I think it was a reaction that made the the break in reality.
So you don't think there's a chance
coincidental
that-
that I found these? He holds up the box. I don't know
What?
where I was, but I was given these. I thought it
Given?
was-
A box?
Yeah, and he opens
You
it.
where you were? Oh, what I would have given. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, I woke up in a bloody emporium with a Mr. Gibbons trying to sell me a suit for.
Did you get a suit? I want to see you in a suit. That'd be so
I
cute.
didn't keep the suit because I didn't have any money.
Oh, that makes sense. What? You got to shop? I just gotta.
And I got this gift bag. And he holds
Is it just the bag, or is it what's in the bag?
the stuff in the bag, I would assume.
Oh my god. Wait, really? She'll pull out her tongs again. Give me 1 second, and then go fishing for the. Yeah.
Taru, you smell tobacco, and you hear spurs coming from the distant hills.
Wait. Okay. So putting aside that
Ching.
we all found this fucking.
Ching.
What? Do you guys hear that?
Ching.
Oh,
You see cresting over the nearest hill a brimmed hat of pure leather and a poncho blowing in a windless day as a strange, tall figure saunters their way over.
Why?
Slow.
Why are his clothes blowing? There's no way.
Ching. Ching. And he stops.
Hi, we're kind of in the middle of something.
Can I help you?
Sir, are these yours? And he holds up the pennies.
They're clearly not. They all say Sherazade on them.
Isn't she like a maker of clothes?
I mean, although he might wear something like this. I don't know. I don't know this guy. Who are you? Why are you here?
You see his hand reach in his pocket. He pulls out a pair of panties.
Okay, why do you have those?
So they are
massively cocked eyebrow.
What in the Sam hell happened here?
Oh my god, do I really have to go through the whole story again? Also, you don't even know us. Like, why what? Yeah, I'd have to go through so much background.
He pockets his
sir?
panties.
Sir, I am Javier. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, Atari, right.
Are you a friend of Sherazade?
Is that name on this?
Yeah.
Yes. Where did you get those?
Yeah, we found ours in other dimensions. What?
Apparently.
I was gonna ask y'all the same thing.
Actually, seeing it spelled out, I can understand why you would not get the pronunciation right off the bat.
He takes off his hat. And he says, "My apologies. Let me make your acquaintance. My name's Cecil MacArthur."
Hi, nice to meet you.
Doctor.
Like I said before, Atari.
Go ahead and describe what they're looking at.
World's longest queef.
Maybe. I don't like that.
I was
are white with a lacy band and small little kind of flowers kind of embroidered in. Revs are like a black thong. Cecil's is more kind of red and very lacy and see-through, like mesh. And socks are more akin to like almost big enough to be boy shorts.
I still can't get over the fact that she writes her name on her underwear.
y'all know this person personally?
Kinda, yeah.
What's interesting, this whole thing is, I, it's, it's a long story. You might
I
want
mean,
to
I've
sit
taken
down.
a bath with her and went to her wedding. I'm pretty sure I said that know her personally.
Hmm.
Also, the armless dwarf fellow that I mentioned to you, he serves her. She's his goddess. Like literally. Not like in like a simping way, like in a literal like she has divine power kind of way.
So Cecil,
I recognize that if you didn't know that, it would sound very weird, so I figured I'd clarify.
Cecil, you said you were going to return these panties. How did you come to be in possession of them?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Again, we found them in weird death realms. Or in your case, a shop. Pointing to sock.
Yes.
This was. You see him bend down and grab a tall piece of grass and he puts it in his mouth and starts to chew on it. I found these in the aftermath of the Blood Witch. And he spits.
The blood witch? Wait, was she like a woman like made of blood?
I can't even begin to describe this heathenish being.
Well, we know someone that could probably fit that description.
Did you fight? Did you fight her, or what? Like,
I'm hunting her. And he spits again.
Wait, does this mean she's still alive? I was hoping she died with Milo.
No,
God rest his soul.
No, she ejected herself from Milo's corpse as you guys jumped in, and she kind of like formed like this weird circle. She was It looked like she was reforming herself before, reality tear and suck away. She probably got sent somewhere.
Daughter of a bitch. But Cecil, so you were in this world, in this plane, hunting this blood witch, right? You weren't like somewhere crazy.
No, I'm pretty sure this is a material plane. And he kicks the ground. Yeah. Same dirt I've been walking on 3 days, but
So
Yeah.
she was just like around here, and you bought her, and
no.
Has she dropped panties?
She She killed my town.
Oh,
sorry.
And these panties were the one. And I was told the owner lives in a place called Titan's Fall. And he like clicks his tongue. And I've been walking. Maybe she knows something about this thing. But then I ran into you guys, and apparently y'all have panties too. So I'm only gonna assume you guys do not like this blood witch.
Well, if it's the same person we're talking about, we kind of had a...
Not particularly.
Yeah, didn't exactly like her, but the dead friend that we were talking about, he kind of had a thing with her, so we kind of, like,
He was cool.
begrudgingly accepted her, in a way.
It was a not very healthy relationship.
His hand goes to
Very unhealthy.
the big piece of iron on his hip. He just
big
rests
iron
it
on
there.
his hip.
But we kind of live in Titan's Fall, so we can kind of show you the way. God, it feels like
Should we?
so. I'm gonna be so happy to go home.
Should we maybe,
Oh.
like, if we all came out here,
We should
should we
probably wait a
maybe
bit.
leave a note or
Oh,
wait around?
yeah, we can
or...
wait a note. Make a note for holds. We don't.
We could leave a
really
note,
know.
yes.
Do we-
Cecil,
okay, I don't want
what?
to sound morbid, but could he even survive without his arms?
I don't know.
Man, I sure hope so.
I guess it depends on where he was. If he got to a nice place, like just like a shop with a silly frog person, then
Gonna hold.
I'd be really disappointed if he died without his arms when I survived as an arm.
that'd be very ironic, yeah. Although I think it's a
seems
different
ironic.
scenario. Although, where did you say you were, Rev?
Oh, in like a volcano
How the fuck did you
world.
go?
Like a
Lord have
volcano
mercy.
world.
How did
It was
you
like
go?
a world full of volcanoes and potential war and stuff. I don't know, it's like, you know,
That would be crazy
the
places.
dirt
Mine was just
and
boring as shit.
the dirt and the ashes and stuff. It's all nutrients. It's all dirt. There wasn't a lot of other vegetation growing there, but
Dude, I had
you
nothing.
know, this body's a bit magic or something. It's probably just works.
Have you ever felt sensory deprivation?
Now I have.
Where you just had wind and glowing sand, and that's it. That's it. Nothing else.
I just had like heat for a while
I thought
while I
I
was in
That
arm.
also
tripping
sounds
on
fucking
something
rough.
really bad.
What?
Cecil
Oh.
saunters over to the giant crater and starts investigating it. Just looking.
Cecil, what is
Just eyeballing.
the year?
Oh my god, that's a really good question. How long has it been? I couldn't keep track of time at
Oh
all.
my gosh, you're right.
Where did y'all say y'all went again? It's fill in
went
the
a bit
blank here
everywhere.
of the year.
How long has it been, Catbug, when he says the current year?
He says the current year, and you find that, based on the date given, it's been about 6 months.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
my
not
god.
as bad as I thought, to be honest, though.
Okay, that's far. Yeah, seriously. Catbug, the 3D100s, was that for how many years it took me to get where I was?
That is, you've been traveling for a while.
Oh god.
But because you are an Oni,
Yeah, no,
it does not really affect you in the same way.
Yeah, no.
Nor does it Rev. So, but hold will be different.
Yeah, no. I definitely, I assumed that, but that was more for her, how long it was for her mentally, because she would have gone kind of stir crazy.
Yeah, mentally, you don't even know how long it was, but
it was
you
a-
feel like you've aged. Yeah.
It was a while. Well, it was more. Honestly, she wouldn't have changed all that much, other than just been like a
Doc was gone for 36 minutes.
She was just kind of crazy. Like,
I mean, 6 months. I was there for like 30 minutes.
Wait, it only felt like a couple minutes for you. I don't know how fucking long I walked. It was a lot of time to think, and I didn't have much to think about because there was nothing really. It was just glow sand. I couldn't find anything else about it. There was no stimuli. There was nothing. I couldn't. Oh my god.
It felt like probably
She'll
the
just kinda,
average time it takes to grow a small tree for me.
She'll just kind of fall down on the grass and start making grass.
Based off the
pills.
bonsai, it was 17 years for Rev to grow
Nice.
into maturity.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Jesuit Christo.
Sweet color and sensation.
Oh, this is good. This is
Oh
good.
shit! I just
human
realized
interaction.
Cecil MacArthur's level 1. God, we got level
That's
1.
why I asked if I should like do anything to a character sheet.
Oh man, I thought you were just in general. I was like, no, girl, we got it.
No,
Nah, I'll
it's
do that
like-
now.
No, you should absolutely level your character.
Well, you just said bye bye bye, and I was like, yeah, no, you didn't say why.
I don't know. I was like,
All right,
I don't want to.
you want me just to do it in the most cowboy way I could think of?
Yeah, I'll play whatever you get me.
All right. How'd you want it to be? Just gun toting,
Rude.
big iron on the hip?
Yeah, he make soup.
He makes
Gotcha.
he makes soup.
Oh, I guess replace his leather making tools or leather working tools with cooking utensils.
Ooh,
Little
give
mini
him the
cast iron.
give him the chef feet.
Yeah.
I'm already. That's the level 1 fees, the chef
Hell
feet.
yeah, dude! I love the chef feet. It's dude. I have a fucking orc, a woman, like an orc samurai that makes tea with the chef feet, and
Oh, there we go.
I just give people like tea and little finger snacks. It's so much fun. I love it.
He's gonna be making some soup, some cowboy soup.
Hell yeah! And Sophia with the new cannon.
Love soup. Super
Oh, I
good.
love soup.
Some good soup. Good soup.
Tara's
Very
like, oh my gosh, comfort food.
Dude, she hasn't had food in 149 years. Like,
God.
So, Cecil,
God damn.
would you like us to travel with you to Titan's Falls then?
Y'all
We've
know
been
the
gone for 6 months.
y'all know the quickest route. Yeah. I wouldn't mind a little.
yeah, we're heading back anyway.
Something.
Oh my god, you have no idea how much I miss Bob's Bakery. I just want to go back home.
How long have you been traveling today? Would you like to take a rest first, or would you like to just mosey on?
You see him look off in the distance. He takes in a deep breath. Like, I don't like risking that witch getting further away from me, but you guys said you're waiting on someone else?
Well,
Well, wait,
in 6 months.
it took, like, I don't know, probably like centuries or something. I don't know how long. It was really hard to keep track of time there. But it was a long fucking time for me. He said it was like 30 minutes, and you said just the time to grow a tree.
Yeah,
So
probably
it all
like
took-
a.
It all took different amounts of time for us. Either the local time, wherever we were sent, works very differently, and we just kind of all happened to come back at the same time, coincidentally, and hold us just a little bit behind, which
Well,
would be an incredible stroke of luck and highly coincidental.
Wait a
but
second.
That's
The
beyond
whole
the point.
place is coincidental, apparently.
Y'all are telling me that the guy named Hold is the armless one?
So kind of giggle a little bit.
Unfortunately,
this is very good now. Yeah,
Yeah, that name is very ironic now that I think about it now.
it's basically the worst. Yeah.
Oh,
You see
God.
Cecil's eyes go big and kind of like,
I mean, he had his arms for a while. He's had his arms for longer than he hasn't.
That's kind of an ironic name.
And his name is Hold a Door, and he was literally holding a door when we met him.
Oh. Well,
Also, I have to ask, how the fuck is your cloak billowing like that? There is no wind.
I think my gods just favor me.
You know what? I've seen crazier things. I'm just gonna accept that. I'm just gonna accept that.
Yeah, this seems fine.
I'm just a little bit
So
confused
straightforward.
because
Yeah.
we all came out at the same time,
Yeah.
and well, I don't want to sound bleak, but the likelihood that wherever Hold ended up, unless it happened to be a hospital, that he. I mean, we all came out at the same time.
Is there a
Yeah,
chance he
especially
didn't come
because
with us?
The time was different in every place that we went, and we all came
I mean,
out all at
unless
the same
he
time.
just didn't, unless he just stayed. Unless
There's a
he-
chance he's just in Titanfall waiting for us. Like maybe
Maybe.
he found a way back sooner, or maybe due to clearly Sherazade has a hand in this, right? Because we all found her panties in
Yeah,
the farthest
probably.
reaches of space, basically. Maybe seeing an armless holds a door, she was like, shouldn't let this one simmer too long, and just brought him back early.
Maybe.
Yeah,
So,
I'm gonna be
what's
honest.
happening?
The probability of all of us coming out at the same exact time, given the various times we spent wherever we were, the
Right.
probability
No,
that
it's
that
very-
that all lined up for us, but then didn't line up for him is kind of unlikely.
You see Cecil start to unload his pack. You hear like the clang of pots and the other nonsense shuck about. He starts making a little fire.
We'll give it a night then,
I guess,
and if
yeah,
holds the door is not here by morning, we shall
Yeah,
leave.
that's a good idea. Plus, I feel like I've been walking for literal years, so I would much appreciate a break and some food. Oh my god.
Well, it's only been about 30 minutes and a night for me, but for what it's worth, I'm really glad to see you guys.
I am too. It's been so long.
And also, I feel like we should have some kind of ceremony for Milo and maybe, I mean,
It'd be better to know if Hold is alive before having the ceremony, I feel. We could
Well,
wait.
Not for hold for Milo.
No, I
Y'all
know,
are-
but I'd rather celebrate them both at the same time, you know?
Y'all
If
are,
we've truly lost two friends.
y'all are honoring the guy that's with the Blood Witch. And he spits and he says her name.
Y'all should see the
Regardless of-
faces she makes when she talks in her cowboy voice. It's very good.
I'm getting in character.
I have a basic idea of what it
Really?
looks like. I'm assuming there's a lot of like scrunching.
Dude, I'm-
There's a
I'm
lot-
like- I'm
a lot of
leaning
square
forward.
Stuff, yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
bouncing my head when I talk.
listen, Milo had his faults, but
He was our friend.
he
So,
pulled
like,
through
have you ever had a-
when I was going crazy. So
He wasn't
know.
he wasn't a bad guy. Well,
he was just a little
He had his moments.
misdirected.
yeah. So like, not gonna lie, I kind of feel like she like groomed him a little bit.
You.
It was a very toxic relationship.
It was
and
very toxic.
Honestly, near the
He
end,
was-
it didn't even seem like Milo was too happy about the whole situation.
he was
No, it really didn't.
he really like he was way different before her. So like it's complicated. Okay, you didn't know the guy. You did just shush.
He pulls a bottle out of his pack and he gestures to you three. It's a brown bottle with some sort of liquid in it. And he's like, wanna snort?
A
I'm okay.
snort?
I don't drink. Or snort.
Yeah, I've spent enough time moving drugs. I don't really want to take part.
He takes a sip.
Oh,
I'll
I
take a sip.
assume that
why'd you
everything
say
in the
snort?
Hands
bag
the
of
bottle over
holding
to the little
is
ashen
gone.
one.
He pours it in his face.
Estes flask.
Which
I assume
I guess
everything
begs
in
the
the bag of
question,
holding is
how
gone.
alcoholic is it? Because does it light on fire now? Or
It's just water.
So
it's just
Water.
on that, I did take the sword out before I took basically everything out of the bag of holding except for like a few of rations, because I was like, okay, maybe if this will end up in there and the people and Milo and Rever still in there, they'll have like some food to, you know. But that was all that I took everything out of the bag of holding except for little rations. She'll look around. Do we see any of the stuff here that was in the bag of holding?
No.
Not even the sword?
We lost the weighted blanket.
Who could wield that sword?
Sorry, all that cut up. My internet just had a moment.
Basically, I was telling everyone how there was only rations left in the bag. I took out everything else.
But we've been gone for 6 months.
And there was also the dimensional rift, so it possible it got sucked into another plane of existence.
Oh, this is a possibility. A very stupid one.
I'm very sorry, Sok.
I'm going to die.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm just.
I panicked and I just.
Hey, no, listen. I was not there, but based on your standard protocol, I'm sure you did the best that you could in the time. So.
I panicked. I made a mistake. I should have thought about that, but I didn't. Everything was burning around. Well, not really burning, but the hole was bleeding and going crazy. You were asleep. Everyone was fucking dead, and it was a lot. And I made a mistake. I should have remembered, and I didn't remember, and I caused us all to go to separate realms. Now Rev is all ashy. I'm kind of losing my mind a little bit. And Sok lost his sword, and I'm.
Listen, the sword is the least of our. That's literally.
And Holt's not even here anymore. I don't even know what happened to him. I may have just killed him too. And...
Hey, listen. Coming from someone who often wakes up after making very unwise decisions, you really.
But are those really decisions?
Well, yes, someone's making those decisions. Anyway, coming after something like that, you really can't beat yourself up too hard, okay? It's been 6 months, apparently, and there's really, I don't think much we can do about that now, other than go back to Titan's Fall and figure out what the bloody is going on.
Yeah, Taro, you like weapons and stuff, right?
What?
You like weapons and stuff, right?
I mean, yeah, I do make them.
Check this out. And he pulls out his new looking club.
Ooh.
It's a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, everything about you is really different. I mean, except for the accent. The accent stayed, which I'm really happy about. I really like your accent. But
Thank you.
But the new look is really cool. I'm actually really with it. I like the style change.
Gee.
I appreciate it. It's, you know,
reminds me,
not really a bad choice. So it's less of a like going to your closet and changing clothes, and more like being rebuilt from the ground up in a very molecular way.
That sounds
But
hard.
it is still cool, I would guess. I haven't really seen a mirror, so like I don't know what my face or
You're very smooth
know.
and
Here,
gray.
let me. She'll take out a dagger that like kind of like polish it a little bit. Here.
Oh,
I mean,
have
it's
I
not
always
the
looked this fat?
It's not the best, but you're not fat. What are you talking about? You're literally a tree. You can't be fat.
Oh, maybe it's just the effect of
Yeah,
the
it kind
reflection.
of sorts a little bit. I was more. It's more for like the you see in like the yeah.
No, it's very cool, though, isn't it? And I'm glad I still have my one original arm.
Other arm, why didn't you wear a second one?
Well, I had one already.
But you had 2 arms before.
Is it a? Can
Yeah, but I had one
like
arm when I went to
hone in on
hell.
it?
You know?
I'm not gonna question it.
So the rest of his body had to sprout from something.
Oh, okay, I see.
So this is probably my original arm, and then this whole body is new, which is cool, I guess. I'm glad that it worked. I'm glad that I now have a bit more of an intimidating presence. I feel like people used to not take me seriously on account of my size.
To be fair, you can also go around calling Holt dad. So you
Father,
you
most
got-
of the time.
Okay, whatever. Either way, you played the part of a child.
I mean, this works alright because of the size. It might not work anymore.
I mean, I'm not saying it didn't work. I'm just saying like that may have played into the like if you felt that way.
I don't mean to interrupt, but you're telling me an armless dwarf fathered this tree?
He literally wasn't armless for the majority of the time. Like he lost his arms like
That's the
and he
part
lost
that
his arms,
she's
like,
defending.
he lost his arms like 10 minutes ago, like 10 minutes before the shit happened. Okay.
Cecil
Well, it
just
wasn't an armless dwarf that fathered this tree.
Cecil just keeps
He had arms.
Cecil just keeps swirling his soup.
He was not my
Wait,
actual
okay.
father.
What does it smell like? What kind of soup is this he's making?
Vegetables and beef with some
Atara will
spice.
run right over to the soup. Oh my god, food.
Now, darling, you're gonna have to get your eating irons out over there, and he gestures to his fucking
Oh
bag.
my god, you're eating irons.
What? Wait, my what?
Yep, like,
You know how it
your
is.
eating iron, your forks, your spoons, your
Wait.
your knives.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
The eating
I
irons.
I wasn't gonna eat it from there. I'm just. You have no idea how long it's been. I'm so fucking hungry. This is like comfort food to me. Like, you have no idea.
I'm missing something, so I'm gonna have to walk around a little bit and look for some sort of grain. We need to eat
Okay.
our grains.
Yeah. I'll get the bowls and stuff.
I had some cilantro at one point.
Yeah, but that was also 6 months ago, and it was already kind of rank by 6 months ago.
Listen, it was only 30 minutes for me.
Wait, if it was
Yeah, but like,
yeah.
but in
that's
real
not-
time it was
that's
6
not
months.
clear.
So like,
Well, no,
things that left
that's-
here.
No, but it would be 6 months if it was in this plane. But if he took the cilantro with him, it would have only been 36 minutes for that cilantro.
Ah, True,
We
true.
got cilantro.
It was kind of like
I mean, it's not
past
the
prime.
best.
Yeah, it was like past prime when he had it.
Hand it over. He
Here you
holds his
go.
arm out. Hand out.
How bad is the cilantro looking?
Here. Whew.
The cilantro's looking pretty bad. Pretty dried up.
Now, none of you is a druid, right?
Mm-mm.
That would be pretty convenient.
Be very good.
Unfortunately.
No, this is.
What would be convenient about the druid?
I mean, the
might
ability
be
to
able
just,
to
kind of like grow plants and freshen things. And,
get us
you
some
know.
cilantro, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but they might make us pay for the cilantro with our left foot or something, you know?
I don't know what druid you're dealing with.
Or they would take the cilantro and
I mean,
put it in our
Titanfall's
mouths
pretty
and
chill,
then
and
make
all
it
the-
grow
all the
to a
plants there 'cause
normal
of a druid.
size and just blow up our heads with cilantro.
I'm getting the feeling you don't trust druids.
Yeah, he's got a thing.
A druid might take the cilantro and hand it to you, and while your hands are preoccupied, turn into a giant eagle and fly off with you.
I'm pretty sure druids don't eat people.
No, but eagles do.
But I thought they just took the shape of animals and not like actually became animals. That's what?
I'm just saying, if a druid were here right now, he would probably give you the cilantro, right? Then thorns would grow out of the cilantro and tie your hands together. And then he would roast you over a fire while you're already hog-tied by the cilantro.
Why are you
This-
so? We've never met a druid.
This little feller's a holler.
Anyway,
I'm gonna go see if I can dig up some cilantro around
yeah.
here.
Okay, I got the bowls out. I actually want to look at something. So, Atara is gonna pull out the stuff that she gathered from where she was, and see if it still is the same.
You would just be using your eyes to look at cilantro, and suddenly your eyes would be bulging out of your head
Diego,
because a
what
giant
kind of
anaconda
stuff
was
did you?
strangling you.
I took a vial
Oh
of the
my
water, a bag of the sand, and then the 15 pounds of the metal.
Oh, I thought I was thinking of something that you buried before going in.
No.
It's so as you pull it out, it is the most pristine brass that you've ever seen. Like the quality of it is immaculate, but it is worn away as if been sandblasted over time and worn smooth. But the purity of it is intense.
Okay, that's definitely gonna be made into something. What about the sand? Does it still do the glowy bits?
none of them glow anymore. After that, now that you've brought them into the light of the material realm, they look like brass.
So the sand also just looks like brass
Yes.
sand.
And as you inspect it, tiny nuggets and little gears and cogs like that from a watch.
Okay. But too
From
small
the
for
other plane?
me to really make anything with them, like any kind of clockwork contraption.
I mean, you could make a clockwork contraption with them. You might not have any use for them, but perhaps someone dabbled in the art of small mechanitry. This is an artificer. Might want those.
Okay.
Being made of such a pristine brass.
So pristine brass gears.
Wait, so
And
you
what
got
about the
those from
water?
a different plane of existence?
This music's slaying me.
Yeah, I got them from the place that I was in.
Living right now.
Although they're very different from when I was there. Although the place I was in had no light.
What level are we?
That's
Uh,
kind of crazy.
We're level
Biggie
12.
level.
We're level 12.
Y'all level 13 now.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
What happened to the water, by the way? The black
Uh,
water.
the black water, when you bring it out, it's like oil.
Oh.
Swirly, oily oil. Better yet, it's clear water, but it's got a pungent smell to it. Roll me medicine.
Cecil's accent is going to
Big money.
permeate everything.
Damn
It's
it!
gonna seep into everyone and
Already
everything.
thinking it.
Well, I'm getting in the mindset because I'm like, what would Cecil pick for this? I'm building the class of how Cecil would have.
Hey, look at that fucking HP roll.
You have a sneaking suspicion that it's not water. It smells almost chemically.
Hail thee
I
everyone.
don't know what this is yet, but I will find out. The rest is very useful. What do I get at level 13? Ooh!
So do we want to just say that we're resting for the night then at this point?
Yes, you'd probably be camping out there, and that's when Cecil can use their chef feed if I wasn't in the middle of. Just scroll up and look what Cecil can do.
Oh yeah, maybe now I have more concealment slots too.